Hello everyone. In previous video we learned the measurements of utility, in which we came across cardinal utility approach and ordinal utility approach. In this video we are going to learn the law of diminishing marginal utility based on cardinal utility approach, which is the most important law of economics. So the law of diminishing marginal utility is also called as Gauss's first law of consumption, as it was propounded by Hermann Heinrich Gaussen, famously called as H. Gaussen in the year 1854. Later on, it was popularized by Alfred Marshall. So, the law states that as the consumer go on consuming more and more units of the same commodity, the additional satisfaction what he gets will diminish. Let us take an example. The consumer is feeling hungry and he is having bread slices along with him. So, when he consumes the first bread slice, he'll get greater satisfaction as he is hungry. So, when he consumes the second bread, does he get the same satisfaction? No, because by this time his hunger has been suppressed to some extent. So, the same satisfaction what he got for the first bread slice will not be same for the second bread slice. And the same thing happens with third and fourth. So, as the consumer is consuming more number of bread slices, the additional satisfaction what he is getting is diminishing. So, the name itself, the law of diminishing marginal utility, name itself represents the meaning of the law. That is, diminishing means decreasing, marginal means additional, and utility we already know it is satisfaction. So, as the consumer is consuming more number of bread slices, the additional satisfaction what he is getting is diminishing or decreasing. So, this is what we are going to learn today in law of diminishing marginal utility. So, before proceeding with the details of the law, we must know certain assumptions which must be followed to apply to the law of diminishing marginal utility. So, in which the first assumption what we have is rationality of the consumer. So, all of us are considered as rational economic man or rational consumer. Why are we called as rational economic man? Because we always tries to get maximum satisfaction with the given goods. So, all of us must be a rational consumers. Next assumption is cardinal measurement of utility. So, the satisfaction whatever the consumer is getting, the utility whatever the consumer is getting must be cardinally measured. In other words, it must be measured in terms of utils. The satisfaction must be measured in terms of utils. Utils means numbers. The satisfaction must be measured in terms of numbers. And the other assumption is constant marginal utility of money. So, the additional satisfaction, marginal is additional, utility is satisfaction. So, the additional satisfaction what the consumer is getting with the money what he is spending must remain constant. And the other assumption is independent utility of the commodity. So, whatever satisfaction the consumer is getting from the consumption of any one particular commodity, it must be of independent. The commodity must be independent. It must give independent satisfaction. Like take an example of complementary goods. So, complementary goods are not applicable to the law because to satisfy one want in case of complementary goods, the consumer has to collect more than one commodity. Like take an example of tea. So, to desire to have a tea, he must collect milk, tea powder, sugar and water. So, these many goods he has to gather. So, such kind of commodities are not applicable to the law. In case of law of diminishing marginal utility, the commodities whatever are used, they must give independent satisfaction. Like take an example of apple. So, you can consume apple as a whole. So, in law of diminishing marginal utility, the commodities must be independent. And the next assumption is homogeneous goods. So, whichever type of goods we are using, it must be of homogeneous type. Homogeneous means same. That is, the quantity, the taste, the quality, all the categories must be same. There should not be any difference in any one of the category. And the next is, there must be no time gap. This is the most important assumption of the law of diminishing marginal utility. There should not be any time gap with the consumption of the commodity. Then only it is applicable to the law. Because without any time gap, continuously if the consumer is consuming the commodity, the additional satisfaction what he is getting will diminish. If the time gap is given, what happens? Suppose he consumes the first apple at breakfast and second apple at lunch. What happened? Instead of the additional satisfaction, the marginal utility what he is getting decreasing, it will increase. So it should not happen. So there should not be any time gap with the consumption of the commodities. And the other assumption is no change in consumer behavior. Consumer behavior must remain constant. So what is behavior? It is the response of the consumer to his situations. So what are the situations here? The income of the consumer, taste and preferences, these all are the situations which changes the response of the consumer. So all these must remain constant. There should not be any change in taste and preferences of the consumer and income of the consumer. It must remain constant. And the next assumption is full knowledge of the market. The consumer must have complete knowledge of the market. Complete knowledge means which quantity, which commodity is available, at what quantity and what price. The consumer must have knowledge of all these categories. So these are the basic assumptions of law of diminishing marginal utility. So before proceeding with the details of the law, we must know the very important two utilities, that is total utility and marginal utility. So total utility is the total satisfaction what the consumer is getting with the consumption of given units of the commodity. It can be expressed in terms of equation as Tu of n is equals to F of Qn. Tu of n we assume as apple. The consumer is consuming apple. F is functional relationship and Qn is quantities of commodities, that is quantity of apple he is consuming. Let us take an example. The consumer is having 3 apples. So by consuming 3 apples, the additional satisfaction what he is getting, not additional, the total satisfaction what he is getting, we are going to see here. So by consuming first apple, the utility what he got in terms of utils is 4. Second apple gives him 7 utils of satisfaction and third apple gives him 9 utils of satisfaction. Here 4 is, first apple is giving 4 utils, second apple is giving 7 utils of satisfaction and the third apple is giving 9 utils of satisfaction. So the total satisfaction what he is getting here is 20. 20 is the total utility. Now coming to marginal utility. Marginal is additional, utility is satisfaction. So the additional satisfaction what the consumer is getting with the consumption of additional unit of the commodity is considered as marginal utility. So in terms of equation it can be expressed as mu of n is equals to Tu of n minus Tu of n minus 1, where Tu of n is the satisfaction what the consumer is getting, in other words the total utility what the consumer is getting with the consumption of second unit of the commodity. Second unit what we are applying here, apple, second unit of the commodity, and Tu of n minus 1 is total utility what the consumer is getting with the consumption of first unit of the apple. So to measure marginal utility of n, what is Tu of n here, tu of n is 7. That is second apple. 7 minus tu of n minus 1 is 4. That is tu of n minus 1 is 4. So what is the marginal satisfaction what we are getting? The consumer is getting 3 utils of additional satisfaction by consuming 2 apples, 4 and 7. So if you have any doubts, you can comment in your comment section. So today we learned meaning of law of diminishing marginal utility, assumptions of law of diminishing marginal utility, total utility and marginal utility. So the concept of law of diminishing marginal utility is very important question which ranges from 2 marks to 10 marks. So the meaning of law of diminishing marginal utility is important for 2 marks, and the meaning of total utility important for 2 marks, meaning of marginal utility is important for 2 marks, and assumptions of law of diminishing marginal utility is important for 5 marks. So you must be thorough with this question. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.